What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Nefarious coming at you with a Rust solo survival tip video on how to survive your first day on wipe day. Alright, very first step. Once you spawn on the beach, you're going to have to run as far away from the beach as possible. Pretty sure that everyone who's going to spawn beside you is going to try to kill you, even though they know that you just spawned right beside them and have nothing, absolutely nothing. So you're going to have to try to find a good location to build your little shit shack or your base that you're going to make. So once you're trying to find a good location to build, you're going to want to look out for two types of items that you can pick up on the ground, which are resource items and food. Types of resource items you can get are hemp, wood, and ores. Type of food items you can get are mushrooms, corn, and pumpkins. These food items will heal your food, thirst, and health bars. Once you find a good place to build, you're going to want to make some tools or find some tools. At this point, I'm going to make a tool. I need some wood and some stone. You can find tools from purple boxes. They give you metal tools and salvage tools, which are nice, but I don't see any trash piles over here, so I'll just make stone tools. If you're not quite sure on how much wood and stone you're going to need to make a tool, you can press Q on your keyboard and go to tools over here and see how much you need for a stone hatchet and a stone pickaxe. These are the first two items you're going to want to make. Okay, now I can make a stone hatchet on the quick craft. Let's make that. And while we're waiting for that, let's go hit some more trees. So let's use the stone hatchet, and as you can see, I get more wood from this tool. By the way, you do not need to follow me step by step. You can go straight to a spear and try to kill farmers, but as a newcomer to Rust, you'd want to make tools first. So once you're done making your tools, you can either go and make a hunting bow or some spears to defend yourself. I would personally pick the wooden spear since it's easier to craft and you only need 300 wood. Alright, once you have enough resources to make a base, you're going to need a few things to make it. You need a tool cupboard. You're going to need a building plan, which is made with a paper. You're going to need a hammer. Let's cancel those. You're going to need a wooden door and a lock. So once we wait for this, we can go farm a few more things while we're waiting. Don't forget to look around and be careful using the Alt button on your keyboard and look around while you're farming. Okay, we have all the stuff we need to make a base. When you're making your starter base, you're going to have to be careful and watch out for people who are going to try to kill you and get your stuff while you're making your base. Just in case, because when you build your base, it's going to be very loud. So everyone in the area that is near you might be able to hear it. So that's why you have to check. I think there's no one around, so I think it's safe. So let's start building. Now you don't need to really copy my base design. You can do anything, but what I start off with is a 1x1. Put the door on. Now once you make your base, you're going to put 5 items in your base, which is basically a tool cupboard. You need a wooden storage box, a fire, a sleeping bag, and you're going to need a furnace. We do not have a furnace right now, so we're going to have to get some low-grade fuel. Low-grade fuel is found when you combine animal fat and cloth. So we're going to have to find some animals. But first, let's put down this wooden box so we can put our stuff inside. Let's put the campfire right here. Campfire is used to cook some food. Let's put our important stuff in here. And let's put our tool cupboard. And authorize. Let's put our sleeping bag in here. Okay, looks secure. So the reason why we have a tool cupboard is so that this gives us the privilege to build around this area. It doesn't let anyone else build around your base. So it's very important to have a tool cupboard with you when you're building your base. Now we need a furnace. A little pro tip is to make 2 keys. Put 1 key inside just in case you die, and make a stash so you can put this key outside, and if you die, no one else will be able to get into your base. So we have our little stash right here. So try to find a place where you can remember where you put your stash. Open it, put your little key right there, and hide it. Now if someone kills you, they won't be able to go inside your base. Now let's hunt for animals and get that furnace going. There we go. Harvest it using the stone hatchet. And now we can make some low-grade fuel with the animal fat and the cloth. I don't think that's enough, so let's go try to find some more animals. So if you can't find any animals nearby, you can go to a rad town and recycle some components to get metal fragments and make a code lock. So that's what we're going to do right now. Since we can't find any animals, we are going to go to the lighthouse and get some components over there. Alright, we're here. Let's get some barrels. Alright guys, so the items we are going to recycle are these 3 over here. Let's see what we can get. Let's put this over here too. So with the metal pipe, you can get high quality metal, which we do not need right now. Metal blade. We get some metal fragments. Semi-automatic body. We got some more metal fragments. You just need a little bit more. Since sewing kit, you only get cloth. Let's take that. We hear some footsteps outside. I'm guessing it's the bear. It is. So let's try to get the bear. So remember, when you try to kill a bear, you're going to have to go on top of rocks or get a building plan and try to make a foundation. Okay, we got his attention. Now let's get up here. Oh no. Oh no. Fail. So we died. Now let's try to get back to that body over there. Good thing we had this key. And I think this is where I put the... Yep. Let's put it in here and hide that. That's the use of the sleeping bag. We get to respawn right at our base. The body should be right over here. And it's here. Nice. Let's make a building plan so we can make a foundation instead. The rock doesn't seem to work. Okay. There you go. Make sure you get your arrows back. Press E and start harvesting. Now we can finally make a furnace. Now let's get our key. Should be over here. There you go. Get in there. Light the fire. And let's cook some food. So we can heal up. If you separate the food like this, it'll cook all the food faster. Okay, so we need 200 wood and 200 stone to make a furnace with 50 low grade. Furnace. Nice, we have all the requirements, and now let's craft it. While waiting for that, let's eat our food. Alright, furnace is down. Now we can cook ourselves some metal ores. Same idea as the campfire. You're going to want to put all of them on the slots so you can cook the metal fragments faster. So we already have 90 from earlier from the lighthouse, and we have 14 from here. Now we can make our code lock. Now to switch the key lock and the code lock, you guys are going to have to be very, very careful because they can open your door and try to kill you when you're trying to switch the locks. So you have to be very, very careful. Alright, now let's check for anyone outside. No one's outside. Okay. Unlock with key. Remove lock. Put it on. And put your password. Now you don't need these keys anymore. So you don't have a problem of dying with your key on and people trying to get into your base. Now the last step of this tutorial is to make an airlock. So what you need to do is make a wooden door. We almost have enough for a code lock right here. So you need, what you have to do is you can make a square foundation or a triangle foundation. It's up to you really. I will make a triangle foundation. Put a doorway over here. Put a roof up there and do some upgrading. I have my door. I can make a code lock now. Alright, we got a code lock on our door. Now let's put it in. There you go. Now, if you open this door and you get killed, you still have another door over here so that no one can be able to go inside your base and get your items. But with this door, you're going to have to switch it around. And I will tell you guys why in a bit. So let's say, for example, you open this door and you die. So once you die, let's kill ourselves. You die right here. You respawn on your base. You open the door. People can't get inside your base. That's the reason why I did this. So this ends the tutorial, guys. By the way, you're going to have to upgrade your wooden doors into sheet metal doors once you get enough metal fragments from the furnace. Also, you're going to have to upgrade your base into stone. This is how I try to survive on the first day of wipe. Other people may do it differently, but I hope you guys found this video informational and hopefully it helps you guys out. Thank you guys for watching. Peace!